seen you do it. I ain't even touch the computer yet.
So there's this brown box laying next to me, and I'm wondering what could it possibly be, but yet I see small squares inside, and they have images that look just like me. I stare at them as I stare at the image that lays upon the mirror that looks back at me, and I say, this could possibly not be me. I'm wondering why her hair matches my hair, and I'm wondering why the face upon mine is not the same as I stare. So I'm reading in between the lines that lay between hers, and I'm wondering how come this is a mystery of my own. How come these pictures mean so much and they speak so loudly, but yet I seem so quiet on the inside that I can't seem to understand why do I keep reading between these lines. I'm trying to understand the definition of them each, and I'm trying to understand why is it something that I keep reminding myself there's different things and different views that different pastors like to preach. I'm having a little trouble understanding what was this supposed to mean. I mean, there's an image upon me that looks differently as me, but it's the same woman that tells me I was supposed to call her mommy. She had 7 of us different named as different children she wanted to blame as her own mistake, but then she said this was something she was trying to fake. She didn't want us to call her mommy. Instead, she wanted us to say she was a part of her past, but yet she just wanted us to bleed out and make us an image of her past. Something she would later learn that it would only be something she can never take back, but yet she would try to regret it and say, this was something I tried to have as a flat line. I tried to abort you for the second time. But then I got to baby number 5. And then I got to baby number 6. And then when I got to baby number 7, you see, I forgot to replace the fact that I didn't tell them what happened each and every time. Instead, I left it unknown to that middle child that said to me, why is it me that you want to unclaim? Is it the fact that you forgot what was my name? So instead, you mailed me letters and you called me with names that didn't even match. It said to me that this was something that was impossible for your own child to believe. So instead, you wanted me to believe that you made a mistake. You wanted me to understand that things are not exactly the way they're supposed to be. So you wanted me to say that I understand some things are just meant not to be believed. But you told those other 6 children that you love them and that you care so much for them. But then you forgot to take a step back in realizing that that line didn't go flat. You gave birth to a solitary human being that was meant to call you something that had a meaning to it. You see, we have different definitions for different people, and mother and father and son and daughter is supposed to be one of them. But instead, we're just titled as human beings until we bring our own definition to what we're supposed to be. You see, any human being can be what they want to be, but it has to be an image that stares back at them to actually make them believe. So instead, she tells me, I made a mistake. I didn't mean to make you a child that was so fake. I meant to leave you on the aisle that said, make or break. I wasn't trying to mold you into something new. I was trying to make myself believe that your father did this to me. He turned the image of you black and blue. So instead of me remembering your name, I said accordingly, you were just meant to be born.
Welcome to the stage, Jennifer Love.
I love her.
I said it.
Love is love.
Who gonna pop me? Alright, I'm gonna do Lost Time. Need more time to breathe. Need more time to create. Need more time to figure out my life, this world. Need more time to be loved. Need more time to make love. Need more time to travel, to cry, to eat. To travel, to cry, to eat. Sorry. Need more time to travel, to cry, to eat, to sleep. I want to stop watching the clock, this phone, this watch that continuously reminds me of the time I've wasted to the daily perils that holds me hostage from doing me. Too much I need to do, but I I just can't seem to find the time. But somehow, for you, time just doesn't matter. It doesn't exist. You have the ability to stop me from chasing time and just live. With you, my time is never wasted. Instead, my everything is elevated. I am truly inspired. As I look back and reflect on all my wasted time, I find it in your eyes and know it'll all be worth it if I can spend my last moment with you.
Wait, what? I'm lost.
Hard.
I saw that.
Me? Again?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, I get twice?
Yeah, bro.
I get two? Well.
I love you, Herb.
I ain't prepared anything. I love you too.
I love you, Herb.
I love you, Herb. I love you twice.
Over here.
Alright. So, I'm not going to tell a poem, but I will tell a very deep story about me. Hold on, wait. Alright. Find an interesting story to tell.
Stop
Waste your time here.
face.
Right? Oh, this is a very interesting story. This is a conversation between me and my mom and my dad. It's like the first conversation I've ever had with my parents. And it was basically a conversation about growth and like becoming or whatever, right? So my mom and dad are leaving me their house, and they also bought a house under my name in Florida so they can go retire over there. Very like big grown up things that's happened to me, but I've always been very, I guess, worried about other things like work, jobs, my friends, my businesses, and wanting to do that, but I haven't actually really studied. Or not studying, I really haven't been like involved with my family as much. So my mom called me one day to the kitchen. She calls me and my brother. After me like living this like really, not even fast paced, but just very distant lifestyle from my family. My mom sits me down and talks to me and goes, "Yo, you know your dad went to the hospital today." And I was just like, "Yeah, what's up?" I was like, they found that he had prostate cancer. And I was like, "That's weird. Like, why didn't he tell me, or why didn't he tell himself? Because he was with me all day." And he was just like, "I don't know." And then come to find out that there was everybody in my family except me. Like, my sister knew, my uncles knew, and everybody kind of looked at me like I was this inconsiderate guy because I wasn't home and I didn't help my dad out and I wasn't really involved. So I come to my dad one day and my dad comes and talks to me and says, "Yo, you don't help me out. Something, don't you know that I'm sick?" And I'm like, "What do you mean that you're sick?" It's like, "I have cancer, I'm gonna die." And so I was like, "What?" I myself, I'm already in defense mode because somebody tells me something like that, extreme towards me. I'm always like, "Yo, man, what do you mean?" Like, nah, because you don't talk to me and da da da. And I was making all these excuses up of why I couldn't be close with my father, like be close with my family. And I realized at the end of the day that it doesn't matter about what the other person wants or what the other person does. All it takes is that you want a close relationship and that you have a good relationship with it. And that's what I've learned from my dad's influence.
Okay. So I know the crowd isn't as thick as it used to be. But there was just one time where this was a little bit thicker than the crowd would get. So to all the amazing people in this room, thank you for being here. We still have 2 more performances before we end it. But Left.
Boom.
Alright.
I'll replace him.
SELD. You over there in your car. You don't want it?
Oh, you talking about? Wait,
All I can do is sew. If
wait.
anything.
The dude in the blue shirt?
No, CLD's right there.
Oh,
Yeah,
hi.
I guess.
I look around, I'm like,
I guess shit.
yeah.
Um,
Please welcome to the stage, SELD.
Yeah.
I guess I'll share a little bit of my story. I started producing in 2009. It might have been 2008. I'm not too sure anymore. My first listeners is EKG over here. Keegan, Kirby.
That's what I thought. Alright. Alright.
And I remember I started producing not because I had any knowledge of the industry or rappers or anything. I'm actually probably an oddball producer. Like, fun fact, I don't know a lot of old school music, old school artists. I don't know a lot about the concept. I just started creating. I used to beatbox on my way to school every single day, just out of habit. I started drumming Congo when I was younger, just out of habit. Nothing, like, pretty much like forced on me. My family's like a musical family, but I was also, I was always a creative person, but artistically inclined in the sense of drawing. And I was never good at poetry when I was younger either. But pretty much a friend of mine told me about FL Studio. And a lot of people hate that program, by the way. Yeah, but I love it, because I was able to master it. But pretty much, it was given to me and I started producing. I didn't believe that it was an easy concept. I thought it was something scientific that only these brilliant minds would be able to do. I thought they needed like heavy machinery or something or a whole bunch of equipment. And I started making these beats on my laptop and I was just trying for a month, just trial and effort. Without using YouTube, I never actually thought of using that as a concept to, try to figure out how to use it. But pretty much, I learned how to use it within a month on my own, making beats the wrong way. And I finally figured out the right way to do that. I would say fast forward now, I end up in college. Systematically, you graduate from high school, you're supposed to go to college. I went to college and I was screwed over by, that system. They said that it was $4,000 tuition in 2016, and it was the scout's fault and whatnot. So I had to leave. My parents sent me to Canada for 2 years. And I wasn't my parents, it was actually a parent, and my father, he pretty much talked to his sister and got me to Canada. There's a long story in that, but I ended up staying for 2 years, failing everything that I went into, from hard majors to easy majors. Like, I'm a computer mind, and I'm in a computer program, and I'm failing because I'm bored. I'm coming to school 5 minutes late and not going to all my classes. And depressed out of my mind, I lost contact with a bunch of people, mainly because of just my inner hostility and whatnot, just projections and whatnot. I finally was able to come back to New York May 2nd of 2012. And, still going in and out of depression in a sense because I don't feel at home anymore. My parents just moved to this area and I stayed about a month before I was sent over to Canada. So now I'm back and I'm trying to get used to my new home. And the whole year is just horrible. Applying to jobs, still trying to be a part of the system. Applying to jobs, over 100. Oh no, I'm good now.
Okay, good.
Yeah, but I applied to over 100 jobs. Had the emails there, got scammed out of security. Had to pay $75, and that was just out of the Pretty much, I went home, got tight. I don't even play the lottery. Took out a piece of paper and just started jotting out random numbers. Just pissed. Took out $20, went to the store.
Man, this
Dropped it
right
right
here. This is the New Testament. Man, you can
Okay, so I'll just speed this up. So pretty much I ended up winning $230 from that, right? So I took that as a blessing, and it's it was but it's pretty much it was that was an uphill. I had my downhills furtherwards afterwards, but it's I started to pick up. Towards 2013, I would say that year doesn't feel as horrible as 2012, but it should, because in that year I lost somebody extremely important to me that knew me since I was 6 months old. But on that same day that she passed, the first thing that came to my mind is I need to get my new laptop. I need to get my new laptop and I need to work. And this is hours after she passes. And from that day on, I've just been working. I mean, pretty much this whole concept of the story is it's like, definitely things are hard in LA. Every single one of us, we are in the same world. I believe, unanimously, we recognize what is the real world and what is the fake world. And the fake world is a systematic one where they tell us that we have to do this and then we have to do that the system is the way that it is. And sometimes I'm even brainwashed into looking at brothers and sisters, and I don't always refer to them as that, out of sometimes in a hate, in the sense where I look at these people and I say these people as if they're not me, as if they can't be helped, as if they'll always stay like that, as if no matter how many of us rise, that dark force is just so strong. But it's like being here tonight, I can honestly say that I've been inspired. I woke up this morning literally on an hour of sleep, thinking yeah, it's my birthday, but whatever. It's my last birthday, last year. I was snowed in and I just stayed home, and I usually don't celebrate or anything. So I was, heading home, and just happened to see this place. And I'm gonna just end it with, when I was in Canada, I met this one guy. He had a lot of African knowledge. I mean, he was from Africa itself, the continent. But pretty much, pretty much what he told me was we all have receptors in our melanin that we can sometimes sense each other. Sometimes, deja vu, so all connected and whatnot, but pretty much we are in places where we need to be purposely. And honestly, I found my way here accidentally, but accidentally on purpose.
I have no idea.
What's your favorite number, man?
Swag.
On the swag.
Okay, so we have Joy. I promise you, it's Danny and Aaron, right?
Huh?
Danny and Aaron, you guys ready?
For joy?
Yeah.
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
I mean,
yeah.
Alright.
And then Christine's gonna end this, and I'm gonna start holding up chairs. Now we all gonna stand up for each other.
Yeah, this would be perfect. Would everybody stand up?
Yes.
I need your help. Stand up. Like that.